This is Joshua for Frost Dragon Designs, and today I'd like to talk to you about my Astrophysics Cat hard enamel pin. This pin is part of my More Cats Doing Science collection. The More Cats Doing Science pin collection features more than 35 designs of cats doing science and science-adjacent activities. Now let's get into the design. The Astrophysics Cat is a really great example of just being aware of what's around you and using that as a source of inspiration. I mean, I've said before that I feel like inspiration is everywhere. It's everywhere around us. And astrophysics was one of the fields that people had suggested I do a pin design for when I first started posting these on my Instagram account. And I had no idea what to do for it. I had used a gravity well kind of as what I did for my original physics cat, and I had no clue what to do for astrophysics. I was like, okay, it's like planets and stuff, but like really far away, and I just had no idea what to do for it. So, I mean, I put it on my list, and I was, put it on the back burner of my brain, seeing if just something would leap out at me as an idea, as a concept. And I honestly had almost kind of lost hope of being able to add astrophysics to the More Cats Doing Science campaign. And then one day near the launch, I was in the car with my wife, and there was some news story on the radio about how astrophysicists were thinking that maybe they needed to redo how they calculated redshift. And I was just like, that's amazing. The idea was right there on the radio the whole time. I just needed to wait for it. So redshift. What is redshift? Redshift is kind of like the Doppler effect, but for light. If you've heard of the Doppler effect, that's pretty much what it is. So the Doppler effect is, I'm sure we've all had this experience where an ambulance or a fire truck is coming toward you, and its siren sounds like it's a higher pitch. Right? So as it gets closer, it sounds high-pitched because the sound waves are basically being compressed by the movement of their source. And then when it passes you, it starts sounding slower because they are stretched out by their source moving away from you. So it goes from to right? So this is the Doppler effect. Well, a very similar thing can happen with light waves, but it can only really be observed over incredibly long distances because light is so fast. So very far objects that are moving closer to you are going to shift into the blue end of the light spectrum, or I'm sorry, the violet end of the light spectrum. Things that are moving away from you are going to be shifting to the red side of the spectrum. Now, because the universe is believed to be constantly expanding, pretty much everything has redshift because it's moving away from you at one speed or another. And so because the speed of light is a constant, we use the redshift to approximate how far away something is and how far it's moving from us, how fast it's moving, what its velocity is. And all of this together with math that is beyond my comprehension is used to try and measure the observable universe. And therein gets to the joke of this pin design, because this little kitty has a little galaxy in front of him, and he is measuring it with a tape, with a Taylor's measuring tape. He is measuring this little galaxy that also has an observable redshift on it. That's what the red haloing kind of up on the top end of the galaxy is supposed to represent. It's my interpretation of redshift on that galaxy. And he's got his little yellow measuring tape out, and they're measuring that little galaxy. So I kind of find this pin design to be a fun combination of actual science information and just something quite silly. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed seeing me design this pin. I hope you enjoyed hearing me talk about, redshift and the Doppler effect and all those sorts of things. If you did, please go ahead, like, and subscribe. I try to release 1 to 2 new videos a week, and I would love to have you along for the next one. So thank you so much for your time, and have a great rest of your day.